Hello, this is going to be ReveMoto's 5th generation Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro Hood conversion. The 5th generation runs from 2020 and up, so basically 2010, 2019. The difference between the TRD Pro and other versions is going to be the hood with hood scoop, the front bumper, the wheel package, and the running boards. Also, if you're just looking to know how to remove or install a hood, this video will serve that purpose because most hoods are basically the same for any car. They're just held on by 4 bolts and a couple hood hinges. So the tools needed are going to be a flathead screwdriver, a socket wrench with 12 and 8mm bolts, and panel clip pliers. Of course, you're going to need a hood with a hood scoop. This is a CAPA certified steel hood, and the hood scoop is OEM plastic with the accessories. So in this video, we're going to start with the hood scoop. So first step is just to get this little plastic piece that comes with the hood scoop, just to insert it. It snaps on very easily, and it's pretty secure once you get it in there. After you do that, you want to flip it over. You want to make sure that the back is clean. We use rubbing alcohol, but water works just fine. Some of the accessories that come with the hood scoop are going to be these foam liners with the sticker on the back. Basically just peel off the paper, obviously, and then apply the foam liners along the edges. Now the purpose of the foam liners is that you just don't want to put hard surfaces on top of each other when you're going to especially tighten it from the bottom with screws. You don't want to damage the paint, especially that the hood scoop is plastic. You can crack it if you tighten it too hard. So the foam liners work very similar to a gasket. The other accessories that come with the hood scoop are these 4 metal nuts that you're going to use to tighten underneath the hood, as well as these 4 rubber spacers that you're going to put on the studs where you're going to tighten the bolts. And the 4 rubber spacers, again, are just they serve as protection for the hood scoop, so when you're tightening those bolts on, you're not going to crack the plastic when you're applying too much pressure securing the hood scoop to the hood. So this is where the 8mm socket and socket wrench first come into play. Those little nuts are very small. You want to just tighten it by hand just to make sure it gets on there. Once that is done, just secure it with your socket. It's pretty simple and straightforward, like most of this job is going to be. If you do lose some of those nuts, you can buy them at any hardware store for a few cents. We're going to use a little bit of editing magic just to speed this up a little bit. Make sure that those plastic clips are also pushing through the hood. It's also going to help the hood scoop hold in place. So this is where we get into the arguably the hardest part of the job, which is just the hood. You want to lift it open, obviously. You want to start by removing the accessories on the hood. We started with the water nozzles and the water hose for the windshield. You can use your flathead just to pry out the prongs. It's very easy. For this hood, there's 4 pieces to the water line. There's a small plastic piece connected to the nozzle, I should say rubber hose connected to the nozzle. That's 2 pieces. You want to keep those together. There's a hard plastic tip where the hoses meet, so you can just pull those out. The other 2 parts, it's the long middle section and even the longer section that goes to the reservoir. You want to unplug the clip on the passenger side and remove the second clip from the bracket. If you don't remove that clip, it's just a little hard to get the bolt off because it's sitting right next to that bolt. So remember, we're just removing stuff from the hood. We're not removing it out of the reservoir or off the actual frame of the car. It's really important that you just take it off the hood because you don't want to do any extra work. Nobody likes extra work, right? Let's work smart. So the hydraulic struts are very easy. Just get your flathead screwdriver and wedge it between the metal clip or steel clip. Just wedge it in there and twist it out. You don't want to take off the clip. What you want to do is just loosen it. It'll pop off. Once you do that, leave it sitting on that round uh, portion of the strut, the hydraulic strut, and you can just, not so much force, you can just push off the strut from the hood. So removing the hood, it's a steel hood, it's heavy, you want to have someone help you. When you are loosening the bolts, you want to hold the corner of the hood. If you saw the tech holding it there, it's heavy, so sometimes that corner can hit the cowl or the windshield. It'll damage both, or it can damage itself, because those corners can chip easily, and especially if it's a sharp corner, it might bend. So just make sure you're holding that corner up. This is where you're using the 12mm socket on your socket wrench. Just loosen it up. Once you loosen one side, it's going to put more pressure on the other side, especially when you take off the bolts. So just be aware that the first person taking off the bolts is going to have an easier time than the other person. But once it's loose, you want to just pull them out by hand. Make sure you put them in a safe place like your pocket. You don't want to lose the bolts. We definitely recommend having some assistance with this. Just call a friend up to help you hold the hood up. It's pretty large, it's pretty heavy. Sometimes with smaller hoods you can do it by yourself if you wedge it in the front with I guess a stick or a bar to hold it up. But this car is raised up and it's large, so just have a friend help you out, because it is heavy and you don't want to hurt yourself or your car. So in this part, it's again straightforward. We're just going to pull off the accessories from the bottom of the hood and install it into the new hood. So there's just a bunch of plastic clips that hold up the windshield water hose. You want to use your panel clip pliers, but if you're like us and don't have any or lost it, you can use your flathead screwdriver just to pry out the prongs and pull them out. It might save you some time if you buy some brand new clips from the dealership, but we definitely recommend reusing anything that you can. It'll save you some money, but it can be a little tricky getting those prongs out with the flathead. It definitely takes a little bit of elbow grease. So just reapply the nozzles again. Some hoods, if you're not working on a TRD Pro or a 4Runner, some hoods have different length nozzles for each side. But if I remember correctly, it's the same length on both sides on this 4Runner. If you do mix it up and put it up on the wrong side, it's really easy to fix. You can just pop it out and switch it. It's super easy. That's why we recommend on this hood not to pull the rubber hose off the nozzle. It just makes it easier. We just want to do this as quick as possible. It's pretty quick job. Again, heavy hood. Hold the corner of the hood because you don't want to smash that against your windshield. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but it happens a lot and you don't want to do that. Put in the bolts by hand. Once you secure them as tight as possible by hand, you want to insert the hydraulic struts. You basically just snap it on and make sure you push that pin in. Once you do that, it'll relieve a lot of work for you because it'll hold the hood up, which is awesome because it's a heavy hood. Once those bolts are insecure on both sides by hand and both the struts are up, you want to get your 12mm socket and just tighten the bolts as much as possible. Once you get the bolts securely fastened, you're pretty much done with the hardest part of the job. It's just maneuvering that giant hood. After that's in, you want to plug in the windshield wiper hose. I don't know why I keep saying that like a question. Yeah, just reconnect the hose for the windshield water line. It's very easy. Again, it's a hard plastic. You just insert onto the rubber and you just clip it onto the clips. That's it. Super easy. You should have no issues because we did remove the hood bracket. I know I stress that a lot, but it's a super easy job. If it was collision, it'd be different. When you close the hood, don't slam it shut, just gently close it because you don't know if it's going to line up. If you do have any spacing issues, just simply reopen the hood and adjust the bolts on the bracket until you get the correct spacing. If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you. I know voiceovers can be a little bit boring. If you like the video, leave a like, please. If you need anything, if it's a conversion or you're just reinstalling a new hood, give us a shout at ReveMoto.com. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks.